Hello, everyone, and welcome to the show Out of Nowhere. I see we've got Joanne, Mason, Alison in the chat room already. So I'm sure we'll have a fantastic show tonight. Well, my guest tonight is, or today, wherever you are around the world, Steph's here as well. Susan Gretsch, international spirit communicator with over 30 years of both personal and professional experience. She wears many hats in a psychic. She does spirit communication, tarot, numerology, intuitive life coaching, as well as teaching group and one-to-one classes. Can we please welcome Susan to the show? Hello there.
Hi. Thank you for having me on again.
Nice. Well, thank you for being here, Susan. Um, when did you first know spiritual gift?
Uh, I would say an early age. When I was younger, I had problems with my ears. It got to a point where I couldn't hear and was almost completely deaf. So I had multiple surgeries, and it got to a point where, the doctors told my parents, like, this is the last surgery, that we can do. There's so much scar tissue in there that we're doing more harm than good. So, went to have my last surgery, and as I was waiting for them to wheel me back into the operating room, um, there was this little boy that was on the bed across the hall from me, and he was covered in blood, bruises, cuts, like his clothes was torn. And I'd asked him what had happened, and he said that he was in a bad car accident. And we sat there for several minutes, I assume. Like, we were having a full-blown conversation. And he told me, he said, "Don't worry." He said, "Surgery's going to go fine and you'll be okay." And I was like, "Okay." And then I went back for the surgery, and I come out, and I wanted to talk to the boy. Like, I wanted to tell him that he was right, that everything was okay, and surgery was going to be fine, and I was going to come out and things were going to be good. And I couldn't find him. And I kept telling my parents, like, I want to talk to that little boy that was across from me in the hall. And I just kept hounding and hounding. Like, I needed to tell him that he was right and everything was okay. And my parents thought maybe it was a side effect from the medication and, things like that. So of course
Hmm.
they pull the doctor to the side out in the hall. And I remember my mom talking to him, telling him things that I was saying, and she was concerned, like, if it was the medication. And the doctor told them, no. I mean, there was a boy that had come in that was in a car accident, matched the description that I gave her, but he was like, there's no way that she could have talked to him because he come in as a DOA. So that was the
Oh
first
my God.
moment. Yeah, that was the first moment that I actually realized that something was different about me. But, growing up, back in the day, it's not something that, families were really keen to talk about, if that makes sense.
Yeah, it does. Yeah. They don't want to talk about it, do they? That's the
No.
problem. Do you, step aside to that. Do you come from a really religious background then?
My parents were, um, they were Christians. Me personally, I've, I grew up going to church, but I'm more spiritual than religious, if that makes sense.
Yeah. Yeah, it does. Yeah. 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 I think. I would say really. Um, I went to church as a kid, but I think I used to go to like Sunday school, as we call it in the UK, every Sunday morning. As join a class. As you grow older, I didn't bother. Interested in other things in life. I think it was
Yeah.
later on in life when I got back into spirit, when I got into spirit myself.
Yeah. Sometimes I think life kind of takes us in that direction. Um, at least for those of us that I guess I want to say are meant for the spiritual path, if that makes sense.
Mm, it does, yeah. Well, yeah. You know, how long have you been seeing clients?
Whew, over 20 years. It's been a minute.
My golly. But when you say 20 years, I know it's a long time, but you've probably seen some lots of different people in your life. And a lot of people say, how do you get them? How do you get the messages? Who gives them you? You must have, a lot of people must have said, how do you do that? How do you know?
I get that quite often, still to this day.
But it's amazing. So sometimes when you're given a message and it's been a good day, you think, oh, yeah, that's good, that is. You know, you think, my, that was a good reading today I give to that woman or man, or it's amazing, I think.
I think it is
Alice
too.
just put, I'm always Bob's client. Yeah, it is sometimes. You look and think, oh my God, how did I know that? Where did that come from? And but I think we're needed in this day. People are having problems with money, life skills. Uh, I think it's a good job we're around people like you, especially like you, Susan, where you work nearly every day helping people.
Yeah, I think that we have met a time in our lives, and not just me personally, but anyone that does what I do, even you. Like, we're getting more of that push, especially lately, like to help others and kind of light that path. Now, for me, that's what makes everything worth it. It's not so much that, I make a validation or something like that, but when I'm authentically helping someone and their path gains clarity, or they've got that guidance, or there's healing in there, that's what makes it all worth it to me.
Oh, it does. It does. It's strange. I didn't tell you this, but this Monday just gone, and the Monday before, I went to see a psychic surgeon.
Ah.
Very unusual. It's what with pain management. Um, I knew there are a few people do it around this area, Scarborough area. You know, it really it fascinates me. He sat in a chair, introduced himself. I'm Tony, by the way. Thank you very much. Hello, Bob. And then he goes into meditation. Uh, and then next minute, he opens his eyes, said, my name is John. I'm a psychic surgeon. What can I help you with, Bob? And I say, right, I've got pains in my knees, in my feet. My hips are not very good. Where do I start? Anyway, he said, I'll just carry on with this today. I've started. Then I'll finish. He said, well, sit on side of bed that type thing. And I sat there. And he right, just go into your neck, into your back, and he seemed to put his hands. I won't say right inside of me, but it did that. And then he said, "Right, I want you to lay down. I'm going to go into your knees, both your knees." He went into both, went into my wrist as well. I said to him as well, John. And he went, "Okay, I'll have a look." Anyway, did all this for about, I don't know, 10 minutes. And he went, "Right, you can sit up now." So I got up. He said, "Put your feet on ground and have a walk round." I thought, oh my God, the pain's gone. Um, Very unusual. Uh, Felt very strange. And I could feel the power and the heat from his hands in my body. I don't know if you've ever anybody's ever done that on you, Susan, or not. I don't know.
Well, I do Reiki, so I get the heat from the hands thing.
I know Mary's in the chat room. Susan, I've helped me so much with my readings and card pulls. She's amazing talent. There you go.
Thank you, Mary.
Anybody in the chat room reading from Susan today, put it in capital letters in the chat, and we'll get round to that in a minute. I think it's a bit different in the in the States. In the UK, in many towns, we have churches where you can go to see a psychic medium on a platform. I don't know what it's like where you are over there in the States.
I haven't found one yet, but I would like to.
Isn't that strange, isn't it? Because there's many religious groups. Then is there a lot of I know there's lots of different Christians and all that business, but in the UK, I know we're diverse. We have different groups over here, but nearly in every town there will be two or three churches who can do platform readings, talk about your spiritual.
Yeah. I hope to find one someday.
Well, I hope you do, because and a lot of people places like that. Um, Our classes, awareness classes, we call them, where they sit in a circle and learn about being getting into spirit.
Yeah. I'm teaching one of those classes right now, um, about mediumship,
Oh, good
learning.
for you. That's good.
Yeah,
Right.
I'm kind of branching out now and just doing different things. I've done house readings for groups. I've done in person. I've done events. So I'm happy to just be getting out there and being able to help everyone.
Good for you. You're needed now, down where you are. I'm sure everybody's wanting the reading already. And I think, oh my God, just give it a chat first, warmed up. Do you, I know you were on about a while ago about um, you do readings in a shop.
Yes. I have not been doing those ones in that shop for a while now, but that's because she was moving locations and I had some stuff going on and things like that. But I do plan on getting back into that here in the future.
Right, right. I'm sure you will do as well because you're good at what you do and you want to get back into you again, aren't you?
I am. I am. It's time.
Oh, yeah. Well, you'll miss it. You'll have missed it all this time. I know you've had things in personal life, a few problems there, and it's a matter of time.
Yeah, I had took a little bit of time off from January. My brother had passed away, so I was kind of dealing with that and
Yeah.
his affairs and things like that. And I kind of put myself in a funk while I was trying to process everything and to grieve. But he was sure clear, like to remind me that just because someone has passed away doesn't mean they're gone. Um, Actually, my husband and I both had a nice little visit from him shortly after he had passed, and I can laugh about it now. Um, at first it was a little hard to kind of accept, but then, I just kind of reminded myself of what I do and, connected that way, and it did help.
Oh, I'm sure he's been around you numerous times
Yes.
to say, I'm still here. I'm still around you. You need me.
Yes. I had a funny thing that
I'm
had
sure.
actually I had a funny thing that had actually happened, um, when he had passed, and I think about this all the time, and I've actually told many of my clients before. When my niece and I was discussing, like, what clothes to, put him in for his services and things like that, she was talking about him wearing shoes, and I told her, I said, "Well, he's not gonna need the shoes." And then she was like, "Well, what about socks?" And I was like, "Well, sure, we can put socks on him, that way his feet aren't cold." I was trying to comfort her in some way, shape, or form. And then
Yeah.
the day after his services, I found a pair of my clean socks folded up and they were in the freezer, in my freezer. And I asked my
Oh,
husband, I said, I
in
was
your
like,
freezer.
yeah, I asked my husband, I said, "Why did you stick my socks in the freezer?" And he goes, "What? I didn't." And I completely forgot that my niece and I had that conversation, and till my husband brought it up. And, it just reminded me of my brother because he was always joking around, he was sarcastic, and that was so him. And then after I realized what my husband had said, it kind of hit me like, "Okay, he's still here."
I like that. I like that. That's a bit of fun coming into it, isn't it?
Yeah, yeah, it
Just to
I
tell you,
nee
I did that.
yeah, and I needed that. I really needed to know. I mean, I knew that he was still here, but I needed that in order to help my healing process so that I could move forward and get back to helping others. Um,
Yes, that was great
Steph
fun. Before you go into any reading, um, it says, question for Susan. Have you ever investigated a known haunted building or area, and what were your findings?
Yes, I have. There's been different areas, so it just depends on, um, what area. One example was a place where my daughter had actually had her senior pictures taken, and I didn't know that up the stairs over the hill was a cemetery. But while she was getting her pictures taken, I kept seeing a female walking up and down those steps, and then she would just kind of stop and she would stare at my daughter. Um, and my husband, of course, bless his heart, he always knows that I'm seeing something. I guess I just get a look on my face. I don't know what it is yet, but then he just looks at me and he's like, "Okay, what are you seeing?" And I was like, "There's a lady on the steps staring at my daughter." I'm just not putting her name out there. But I was like, "She's just looking at her." And come to find out later that afternoon, I started researching the property a little bit when I actually found out there was a cemetery just up over the hill behind where she was getting her pictures taken. Then there's been another place which I can tell you about that, Moonville Tunnel, here in Ohio. And my husband and I, we was going hiking, and we were just trying to see if we could, hear anything, see anything, like things like that. So as I'm going through the tunnel, we go throughout the
Yeah.
other side, and I stop and I turn around, and I heard someone say, "You can see me." And of course, I could see. But when we came back
Ah,
through, I stopped in a cold spot in the middle of the tunnel. And my husband's like, "What are you doing?" And I was like, "Right here." Well, he tried to take a picture and there was orbs all around me standing in that spot at the tunnel. So,
oh,
yeah,
so he found you.
yep, they did.
That's brilliant. That's a good story, that is. Yeah. That's interesting. I like out like that.
Yeah.
Right. I know we're going to start in a minute. I know Alison had the first. Right. Alison would like a general reading. First to
Okay.
have. So I've wrote it down in order, and then I don't get backfired later and somebody say, "Well, you've missed me out," and I'm going to write them down as you've them.
Okay. So for general, I'm just going, oh, she would like a love reading. Ah, okay. I'm trying to figure out which deck I want to use. I have several laying out here. Um, so we'll just see. I kind of feel like she's had missed opportunities. Um, and what I mean by that is like there's always been something that would come up um, to kind of keep her from meeting this special person. Allison, are you in a relationship now? I don't know if.
I'm just trying to think. I think it's a yes and no, but she'll probably send a message. Yes, she is.
Okay. So for this to come up with missing opportunities here, um, this presents to me like there's something going on within that relationship. Like maybe you may at times question like if this is the person or your person. I hope that makes sense. So there's some things that are going on within the relationship. But what I'm hearing here first is there's some things within yourself, like you need to learn to love yourself first. It's like these expectations that sometimes we have for the other person, and then when those person when those person when those people don't meet those expectations, we tend to
Yeah.
feel let down and things like that. So this is about loving you first because I feel like some things may have been missed throughout your life as far as you feeling loved. So I don't want to say like you're looking in the wrong places, but that's how it's coming up. Does this make sense, Allison?
I'm sure she'll get back to us.
Okay.
I got details for her.
She
I'll
said
move
yes.
on otherwise.
She said yes, it does. So what you need to
Yes.
do is
Yes.
find this love for yourself. I don't feel like that the relationship that you are in is the one. I think that you know that. I think that you feel that. But sometimes when we get used to things for a certain amount of time, we fear that change. So, what I need you to do is focus on you and love yourself and find out what really makes you happy and the things that you want that makes you happy. And then you're going to start seeing that maybe that you deserve better. And I know you're going to understand that because I feel it very strongly. Um, your person is out there for you. I just want you to know that.
Good. Right. I'm sure she'll get back to us on that, Susan. Thank you for that.
You're
Can you
welcome.
pull a card for Anna, please?
Yes.
Anna. Thank you.
Okay. All right, Anna. We're just going to see what the cards or a message for Anna. My guides just like keep shuffling. So Anna must have quite a few different things going on at one time. All right. Anna, your card is the card of starlight. And what this means, it's telling you not to slow down your manifestation. Like don't get stuck in hesitation or doubt because what you want is out there. You just have to have that mindset that it's yours, believe that it's yours, and go after it. You have to keep that manifestation going because once you stop it and you put in that doubt and that fear, then it's going to delay what you're hoping to get. So I do hope that that helps you. Keep manifesting.
Nice. Alison just said, I understand, Susan. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Right, I'll keep that one up. Who's next? Joanne. Can we have a reading for Joanne, please?
All right. Joanne. Message for Joanne. Message for Joanne. All right. Joanne, your card is without agenda. This is representing to me like how do I need to explain this to you? It's giving without expecting in return. I hope this makes sense. So I feel like that this might be or might have to do with people that are close to you, like family, friends, significant other, someone like that. So it's people that's close to you. And there's these expectations, which I was just talking about this with someone else. Like a lot of times we have these expectations of things that we want from people or that we need or things like that, and then sometimes those people don't meet those, so we feel let down. But this is suggesting for you to not have those expectations right now. So that usually comes up when someone is going through something and they're unable to provide or give you what you need at this very moment. It doesn't mean that it's not going to happen in the future. It just means that at this very moment, those people are unable to meet your expectations. So this is like loving a person, caring for the person, and being there for them without any expectations in return. Because the turnaround here is you're actually going to be blessed and everything for just showing love and support for another person. So when you need it the next time around, it's going to come back around for you. So I hope that that helps.
Yeah, thank you for that. I know,
You're welcome.
just missed the message up there. I think it's Manna. She was on about she's hoping to get she passed the test and going to get a new car. Well, trying to get a car soon. So that was for Joanne. I'm sure she'll get to us in a minute. Have you got a reading for Diane, please?
Okay. Diane. All right, Diane. Okay, Diane, you got a new chapter. So, what this means is sometimes things need to end before they can begin. Doors need to close before they can open. So, do you have something going on right now where it feels like you're at a loss with things, or like you need direction? Kind of like you got that fork in the road that you're not sure which way to go. Um, the new chapter for you is really deciding what you want and which direction to go. Like, I can't make that direction for you. Bob can't make that direction for you. What you have to do is kind of sit in the middle and see which is the better option, which is going to work for you, which is going to benefit you the most. And then you're able to close doors and move into the new direction, because it's like reading a book, for example. Like, you can't, or you don't know what the middle of the book's going to be all about if you're not turning the page, if you're not reading chapter by chapter. So before you can take the next step forward for your new chapter, some doors need to close. So I hope that makes sense to you.
Yeah, I know she's coming from there. And she's wanting to change the job. So it's exactly what you've said there. Trying to find something better.
Yeah.
I understand that, what you're talking about there. Joanne just says, thank you so much. That is accurate, and I'm supporting friends who need me at the moment. That's from Joanne.
You're welcome, Joey.
Who's next? Thank you for that. I'm sure Diane will get. Susan Jones next. We knew that.
All right. Did she ask a question?
She'll.
Or is just
I can't find it now. No, I don't think she. I can't find it. I can't go back on myself in this text. I don't know why.
I don't
I can't go
know.
back.
Yeah, I don't see that she asked anything. I have a feeling I know what this is about. If it's not, she can message
Right,
me. I have a feeling I know what it's about. And I feel like it's not anything I'm gonna find in my cards.
right,
Um, I feel like this has to do with peace and things that she's
right,
going through right now. Um, yes, you will
right,
find peace. Your family will find peace. Your sister will find peace. It's just going to take time. Um, I feel like this
Oh,
is
yes.
all a
Yes.
process, things that you have to go through, that she has to go through. It's a struggle right now. I do feel like it is a struggle.
And a
Um,
mom.
and 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 what her mom? Yeah, your mom will be there. She will be there. It's just she's not ready to
Yeah.
go yet. Things that she needs to do is incomplete. And once those things are completed and she finds peace within herself, she'll pass.
Yeah. That's right. Yeah. Spot on. And Anna just said, "Thank you, Susan. I shall continue to invest my very first car." Yes. Thank you for that. Um, who's next? Alex next. Can you pull a card for Alex, please?
Okay. Before I even pull a card, I feel like does this have something to do with employment or finances? I don't know. I mean, that's where it feels like it's taking me.
No. Uh,
Let's see.
I do know Alex. I've seen him a few times. He's been to see us on Cliff Tops. Nice enough lad.
Okay. Alex.
I'm sure he'll get back to us on that.
Okay, so this I pulled the pause is the shift for him. And what this means is putting things behind him, so that all the things that he desires and needs is right in front of him. So this is like letting go of a bad situation or, something in the past that you are clinging on to. It's letting go of that so that you can move forward. This is like a pause to reconnect with your own inner power, if that makes sense. So it's like standing in your power, not letting the past or, lessons or things like that define who you are in this moment, because what
Mm.
you do now impacts your future. So the past is gone, let it go. Things need to shift in a positive direction. And for you to do that, you have to release what's behind you. I hope that makes sense.
I'm sure it will. I'm sure she'll get back to it. Yeah, I'm sure he'll get us in a minute. Right, I'm just doing a bit. Right now. Right. Who's next? Mary Gould. GOOLD. Mary,
Okay. All right, Mary.
please. Can you pull a card for us?
Okay. Mary. All right. Okay. All right, Mary, your card is make room. So what this is about, it's about creating a space to welcome positive change within your life. It's also about letting go of everything that doesn't align with the future that you want to create. So if things are happening within your life that's not positive and they're not aligning with how you see your future, it's time to let those things go. It's all about the now and creating the future. So what you do now creates your future. So it's making space for you to make things happen so that everything aligns for you to receive what it is that you're wanting to receive. I hope that makes sense. And I feel like I know what this is about. But we're just going to go with that.
Ah,
So
okay. Well, you'll know. You can. I like it. Yeah, well, I'm sure Mary will get back to us. Amanda next. Wilkins. Can you just
Okay.
pull a general card for her?
Okay. You said Amanda, correct?
Amanda, yes.
Amanda. Amanda. All right, Amanda. All right. So, Amanda, your card is no problem. And this tells me that there are some struggles that are taking place currently. And you're not meant to struggle. You're not meant to fight your way through. But I feel like that it's in some way, it's part of a lesson. But also, it's others around you that's impacting you, like what's going on with you. Um, what else do I want to add to that? It almost feels like you've already won, even though that these struggles are in place. So, but it's almost like you can't see it. So when you can't see it, it's because you've had like a string of things that have happened just back to back to back to back. And it's kind of like I can't see the light at the end of the tunnel because of the fog type ordeal. Um, so the answers are already there. The better path, it's already there. You just have to choose to see it. In order for you to see it, you have to let go of the thought that you're always struggling. I hope that makes sense. Um, if not, think about that message for a little bit because it will make sense in the end.
I'm sure she'll get back to us, Amanda will. Who's next? Oh, Painting Angel. Would you pull a card for her, please?
That is so funny because I was actually looking at angel paintings today and I could not figure out why I was doing so.
How strange. Yeah.
Yeah.
How strange
I
is
don't
that?
believe there's yeah, I don't believe there's any coincidences though. I find it kind of ironic that her name Painted Angel and literally I was looking at Painted Angels this
Painting
morning.
Angel.
Yes. All right.
Uh,
So we're just looking
Yes.
for email. Okay. Painted Angel. Oh, this is about rejuvenating yourself. That's actually the card that I pulled. Um, it's also about knowing
Right.
your limits and allowing, I'm going to use the term your angels to guide you. For some reason, I feel like there's been some things that have happened where it's like you hit this brick wall and then wonder why you're hitting the brick wall. With things going on within your life, the wall doesn't have to be there. It's like you're in some way putting it there. It could be that you don't know the outcome of something and you're kind of sitting in this, is it going to be good? Is it going to be bad? So it's like you're already putting that wall up. And this can be in any situation. But it's about tearing that wall down. It's about rebuilding yourself, rejuvenate yourself, spend time on you, taking better care of
Mm.
yourself, doing things that make you happy and not always focusing on other people. So this is about you. This is your time. This is your time to build yourself back up. And I hope that made sense.
Right, I'm sure she'll get back to that. One memento. What are we doing for time? 1:45 the hour. That's not bad. Can you pull a card for Steph? Steph, please.
Mm. Okay.
Thank you, Susan.
This is for Rebecca, I believe. Could you do a reading? I can see this one. All right, so Rebecca.
Yeah, there's one for Steph as well. You do Rebecca first, then we'll do one for Steph.
Okay, Rebecca. Okay. Who asked for that, Steph? If you could validate this in any way, I would be grateful. Rebecca's card is staying true. So this is her possibly needing validation from others more often than not. And it's creating some sort of illusion within herself that she needs the validation from others to keep doing what she's doing or on the path that she's on. The only validation that she needs is from herself. I feel like she needs to believe in herself more, and just being true to herself, because it's not about other people, it's about her. So I hope that that makes sense, and let me know.
Yes, will do. Yeah.
All right.
Right. Can you pull a card for Steph, please?
Yes.
Thank you.
Okay. Steph. You're welcome, Steph. All right. Steph, what do we got? All right, Steph. Your card is Spirit of Life, and this card comes up as a reminder that you were never alone, no matter what you were going through, even if sometimes it feels like you are, like you're walking this path by yourself, doing for others, helping others, being there for others. Why sometimes it feels like you are left behind. You are never left behind. You are never alone. And this is just that reminder that spirit's with you. Literally, spirit is with you. So allow yourself to rest in that realization and kind of feel that lightness within you, that no matter what you do, what path you choose, where you go, someone is always with you. So I do hope that that helps. That one gave me goosebumps.
Oh well, that was very good. I know. I think Susan Jones's daughter wanted a reading. I saw that somewhere up there. So I'm Susan Jones's daughter. I
Oh,
don't
that
know if you've done a
yes,
reading for
that
her already.
yeah, that was the Amanda that I read for before. I thought that's who you were. And then someone here just said, so it sounds like maybe they've got similar stuff going on. So let me pull one for Amanda.
Yeah, because Amanda she's from the Amanda. I'm going to say the Amanda that reading for is thank you, Susan. Thank you, Bob. I've got an operation in the morning. I'm battling with an hearing problem. She's from Briglington. I do know that one. So the other Amanda, could you do a card for her then, please?
That one was hers. I did the other Amanda's first. I didn't see this one.
Oh,
but I will
All
pull
right.
one. I kind of feel like they've got similar
All right.
things going on. Okay, we're gonna take this in a whole different direction. Amanda Wilkins. Has your mother passed?
Yes, please. Yeah.
She has?
Don't know about that. I'm sure she'll get in touch with us in a minute.
Okay. Yeah, because I'll pull a card anyway, but
Yes, I know what you mean.
okay. I didn't see her answer. But her card is she's safe. Um, I feel like that this has to kind of do with the operation here. So there may be some worry about the outcome of that, but everything is going to be fine. This is just kind of like a detour for you, but it is showing a lot of obstacles and things coming up for you. So just stay on target. I keep hearing stay on target, stay on the path, but everything is going to be fine.
Right, back to us.
Yeah.
I know what I was going to ask. Got a friend of mine called Martin. His mum passed away, I think, a few years ago. He's been left the flat. Him and his brother had problems. Anyway, I think my brother out, and he's always said, "Wonder if his mum's called June. Has June got a message for Martin?"
Did she have several different things going on when she passed, like medical wise?
Yeah, yeah, yes, she did. Yeah,
I'm just listening. Bear with me.
it's all right, no problem.
And you said he's got a brother, correct?
Yeah, he's got a brother. Yeah,
Okay. I keep hearing tell them that things will be okay. So I don't know if one of them or both of them have got some things going on. I don't know if you can validate. There's several things going on. I don't want to put too much
yes,
out here. But can you take that?
yes, I can. I can.
Okay. So tell them that everything is going to be okay. She says she feels like that she left things in shambles, I think is what she's saying. Does that make sense?
Yeah, yeah, I can tell. Yeah, it does. Yeah, yeah.
Okay. So she's apologizing for that, and she said to remind them that she is always with them.
Right. Yeah, can take that as well. Yeah, that's good.
Now, is one of them getting, like, signs from her, like, they know she's there, but either they think it's in their head
Yeah, I think
or
so.
they
Yes.
okay, that's
Yes.
her.
Yeah.
Like,
I,
she's there. Yeah,
yeah.
she's definitely there.
I know who that's from. Oh yeah, I can imagine so. And that June was like, she was straight to the point.
Yes.
Nice, very nice lady from the old school, as I would say. I think had to be done properly, or you were told off. Well, I'm sure I'll tell Martin that anyway.
Okay.
I'm sure Martin, when I tell him, I'm seeing him in June because he lives in Germany.
Mm.
I'll be seeing him. Well, he'll probably ring me up before then anyway. So that's good. Thank you for that. About
You're
4 minutes
welcome.
left anyway. Yeah, so it's been so nice having you on the show again.
I had
Everybody's
fun.
enjoyed it as usual. Everybody's got everybody's had a, a great. We've missed you,
Aw,
and you'll be welcome back anytime.
well, thank you.
You will, and I'm sure things will start to pick up around you as well. Well, you know that anyway.
Yep, they're starting to.
Things are gonna, yeah. You'll get back to normal as usual. You will. You know what else to tell her from Spirit? Let's have a think. Oh, tell you what, you must be. Things are lots of things have been moving in your house around, and you know that is anyway.
They have.
Yeah, and I think but you're going to find it again. Yeah, you've lost something, but you're going to find it again. And like you
Couple
said,
of
with that
times.
sock in the freezer. Yeah, yeah. And I'm sure there's something else got to go. When you find it again, you're going to say, "Will you stop it now doing that?" You're laughing.
Yep, spirit likes to move things.
Very much, very much. And I can see you starting to do a lot of good teaching, and you will write this book eventually. I know we've been on
I'm
about it a lot of time. This will inspire you more now. I think
yes, I agree.
it'll inspire you to dig deep and to get on in life and write this because it's going to be a good book when you write it. It's going to be a bestseller.
Thank you.
And Alison just said, "Thank you so much, Susan. I needed that." Joanne
You're
just said,
welcome.
"Lovely guest. Enjoyed tonight. Great show." And Steph, it's been a great show, Bob, and a great guest. I hope Susan can come back on in the future. She'd be welcome to come back on the future. Diane just said, "Thank you for the reading, Susan. Great show as always, Bob. Good night, everyone." Well, there you go. Guest. And she's always a good guest on this show. We all love her. Love her to
I
bits.
try.
We do. I'm just trying. You try. No, it's been excellent. Absolutely excellent. It's nice to hear your voice again.
Yeah, it's been a minute.
It is. After all them, after all them, after all them years we did shows together.
Yep.
So you're welcome back anytime you want.
Thank you.
Um, that's fine. My guest on Friday is Mark. Um, Steph and Diane and Joanne. They will know. I was at a conference not long ago, and I think we're going to talk about his new book out. They could talk about lots of different subjects. It's a great, yeah. His book's called Europe's Roswell in 1983. It's in Wales. Lots of things did happen in Wales, and debris got scattered all over the place. And anyway, he's wrote a book about it. I was going to yawn there, Susan, but I bet not do because it'll start you off. Yeah, Mark Holley. That's this Friday, the 26th of April at 7 o'clock. Oh, Steph just put, whoa, Mark Holley. Yeah, he's a great character and a great guest. So anyway, keep in touch, Susan.
I will.
And take care.
Thank you.
And I'll
You
speak
too.
to you very soon.
All
Just
righty.
finish the show. Right.